Our family is in agony. We are in a nightmare that will not end. Nothing about our situation has changed. We have done our part, and we will never stop looking for her. We will always ache for her and feel that hole in our hearts.
Exactly 6 months ago tonight, Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy, was dropped off at her home in Tucson, Arizona, and was never seen again by her friends or family. For nearly half a year, the Guthries have suffered through one false lead after another. We've heard about ransom notes before, but we haven't seen them in full until now, because today the Pima County Sheriff's Office in Arizona released a ransom note and a heartbreaking follow-up. And these were apparently sent to a local news station. So I'm going to read them to you in full. They matter. They may contain evidence. The first, received February 2nd, reads, "Hello, Savannah. We have your mother, Nancy. She is safe but scared. She will be held for ransom, and once payment is received, she will be released unharmed. We will be holding her for a maximum of 7 days. You will need to send Bitcoin in the amount of $4 million before 5 p.m. on Thursday the 5th. If payment is not received, the ransom will be increased to $6 million, which will need to be paid by 5 p.m. on Monday the 9th. Once payment is received to the Bitcoin address below, she will be released within 12 hours of deposit to a safe drop-off location back in Tucson. If payment is not received by the last deadline on Monday the 9th at 5 p.m., she will be killed. Your mother is aware of this, and her life is in your hands. It is in the best interest of everyone to have this completed as soon as possible. You will not be able to contact me here from here on out. There will be no negotiation. Do not play games. Law enforcement will not be able to help you." And then they added at the very bottom of the note, "She had a white watch on the floor of the foot of her bed, and the white floodlight in the backyard was destroyed." After that note was sent, 4 days passed. The family agreed to not go public with the letter. And then a follow-up note arrived with a much different tone and message. It reads, "We did not fully grasp the seriousness of her physical condition. We never intended to hurt her. That was not our intention. She perished shortly after she was taken. We believe it was heart-related. She is buried in nature now. Nothing you could have done could have changed the outcome. We want your family to know this and hope you all can find peace. We are truly sorry." Why were these notes just released now? What do we take away from them? I want to ask senior national correspondent Brian Entin, who has been on this case from the very beginning, and retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer. Great to have you both here. Brian, I'll start with you. Why do you think these notes are being released now?
Well, look, they were released by the reporters who received them, because the local affiliates got them a week or so ago, and we had already heard snippets before that. So there's really nothing new that we didn't know. It is interesting, though, that the sheriff decided to release. We could actually see what they looked like when they came in there to the local TV stations. That's an image right there. And I think it just shows that they have very little. They're trying to get things moving again. It's been slow. I think they had Savannah do that video earlier in the week for the same reason, and they're just trying to drum up leads.
Now, Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you disagree with them being released? Because if you ask me, I think this tells certain things. It adds certain words. We see certain language choice, word choice, syntax. Why is it bad for the public to see this? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. How do you feel about it being released?
Yeah, Jesse, as a law enforcement officer, former law enforcement officer, if I was the case agent on this, I would just shudder that this ever got leaked, any parts of it. And that's because it really hurts when it comes to interrogation later. It hurts when it comes to figuring out whether people who are calling in with different information got it from the media or got it because they did this. So it's really bad when something like that happens. Obviously, now being on the other side of things, this is great to see all these details. The public wants to know, but as law enforcement, you never want to see this leak.
You said details, Jennifer. Does this give you an idea about identity here? The way it's written, how it's written, the way it's structured?
100%, Jesse, but from the get-go, I have always believed and still believe this is AI generated. The phrases are awkward. The words that are used are awkward. The phraseology is very pattern-driven. This is AI, well, I feel very certain, which tells me they're smart because they don't.
Well, if they're smart, and you know this better than anyone, can't law enforcement go to these AI companies, go to ChatGPT and say, has anybody wrote anything like this? Is there any way you could search it? It's difficult, right? Because usually we find a suspect and then we go through their search history. I don't know if there's any platforms. I don't know if you can use AI and ChatGPT to try to find something like this, but do they have a mechanism in place to see if anybody used the platform to craft a letter like this?
I think it's going to be very difficult, but what isn't difficult, Jesse, is to do it. In other words, right now, if you ask Claude or ChatGPT or these other platforms and give it the proper prompt, especially, and I'm not convinced that this person isn't a first language other than English. If you prompt them in Spanish and give the right prompt, you come up with something very similar.
Brian, is this real? Is it legitimate? Because the one thing that I hold on to, sure, anybody could send any kind of message. Didn't they know details that only law enforcement or the kidnappers would know? I mean, that last passage at the very end signifies to the reader, we're the real deal. How else would they know about the watch or the floodlight? You were there. You were there on the ground. Would anybody know this?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think Jennifer makes a good point, and maybe it was a translator, maybe this, I mean, you've got Mexico right there, maybe this is someone who doesn't speak English as a first language and they used a translator. But yeah, I think what makes these feel legit is that last line, knowing that the the watch was on the ground near the bed and describing that, and knowing that the floodlight was busted out. If it wasn't for that, you just think, okay, maybe these are fake, but those are some legit details, and I think them releasing these letters and asking people to look at them closely and look at all of the verbiage also shows that the FBI is leaning to believe that they're legit.
In the off chance that someone didn't use AI, maybe somebody will look at this and be like, I know somebody that talks like that or writes like that. I got to tell you, Jennifer, I find it so bizarre the way it's written. It's like we and then me, and the tone is completely different. They're threatening to kill her. She knows about it. She's scared. And then, we're so sorry. We didn't realize what condition she was in. We hope you find peace. This written by the same person?
Well, it is, but for different reasons. That second note is self-serving. I don't call it a ransom note. I call it an apology note, because they know if they get caught, they're facing the death penalty. If she is indeed deceased, they're in Arizona, and they're trying to already make a self-serving statement. Hey, listen, we did not mean this to happen. We might have meant to kidnap her. We didn't mean for her to die. And I think that's the purpose of this language.
You know, Brian, there was an update today regarding the investigation about the sheriff's office, because the sheriff's office came out today and said no one is being ruled in or out. That is very different than what we heard several months ago. Are they talking about the family?
I mean, they're saying nobody's ruled out, so I think they're talking about everybody. I was interested because these two men who were detained at different points, remember we went out on those SWAT raids, they detained two men. And then they let them go, and all indications are they weren't involved at all. We still haven't been able to see the search warrants, but the sheriff even won't say that they are officially cleared. So it's a different tone than he took in the beginning, when he made very clear, the family are not persons of interest, and now he's just saying broadly, nobody's been cleared, everything is still on the table.
Jennifer, quick answer, yes or no. Is that standard, though, because it's an ongoing investigation?
It's standard, and he's flip-flopped so much. What do we believe?
It's fair. It's fair. Brian Entin, Jennifer Coffindaffer, what an update. Thank you both so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.